Mash up the place. And fuck you.
Play some rock and roll.